Hey everyone, welcome back for another devlog. It's been about 100 days since the last one, but there is a ton of development to show you. If you're new here, welcome. So you know, The Legends of Tynedale is a 2D action-adventure game mostly inspired by my love for the original Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening on the Game Boy. So, what have I got to show you? Well, I have finished the final dungeon in the main story. The last of the items in the inventory has also been finished, and I've completed the economy system as well. I've also updated to the new Unity input system, which will mean it will be easier to port the game to consoles and mobile. But first, I want to say a massive thanks to a few commentators from the last devlog, as some eagle-eyed people noticed the spiders crawling around the beach didn't quite match the pixel art style I'm going for, and suggested I change them. This was great, so I thought I'd take it on and redesign the spider to be a more harmless looking crab than I planned it to be. After doing that, I turned the crab into a sprite sheet before testing. And here's our little constipated crab. Looking good, I decided to add some colour and some shading. Let's see that constipated crab again. There he is. And then I tested the animation on a moving game object. Nice. Moving on, I can tell you that Dungeon 4 has been completed, which means all 4 dungeons are done. Well, the main dungeons anyway. I do have a final dungeon, but it's a bonus dungeon based on collecting all the collectible wooden blocks that are scattered through the world of Tynedale. These function like the shells in Link's Awakening. This dungeon though is definitely the most complicated one I've achieved in the game, and I'm really excited for you to play it. It has lots of puzzles in it. Some relate to the puzzle box idea that changing something in one room affects another. There's also stairs to underground tunnels that send you all over the dungeon. Every room has at least one purpose, including the transition rooms, where you might not spot it initially, but it's got like a dual purpose, so there's always something else to do the next time you come in. You might also have spotted some empty rooms. One of this is a potential hidden secret room, I'm not sure yet, but the others are because the dungeon is actually split into 2 stages. So the first is to get through the doorway by finding all the hidden rupees, which is a little Zelda nod, and then I thought it would be fun for the player to re-fight all of the main 3 bosses again, just to collect these non-chaos emeralds to open up the final dungeon. The reason I thought that it'd be so much more exciting once you've completed so many of the dungeons and got so far through the game to fight the old bosses, so you could kind of see how much more powerful you were as a player. But I can't work out if doing that is just padding, so let me know what you think in the comments below. I also couldn't resist making some more enemies as well. So I've made a total of 20, and I've got these new robot chickens laying exploding eggs, which I thought would be quite a nice little challenge, especially when complemented by other enemies that might say throw fireballs at you. I've also got a new variation of the eyeballs. When you first meet them in Dungeon 1, they just follow you around and mimic your movement, but now they fire fireballs at you as well, which kind of adds a little bit more flavour to the encounter. Anyway, this leads to another addition I've got for the game, which is the fire ring. I started off by playing around with the arrows. I did have a basic fireball graphic as you've just seen, but I wanted to make sure that any upgraded fireball graphic would face the right direction. It made sense just to play around with the arrows for now. I went with a super flexible system that meant I could play around with various quantities and angles. Whilst I knew I wanted the player to fire only 3 fireballs, it meant that I had a system that could be applied to enemies too. But also, messing around, I realised there is some potential for some great puzzles too, like these split arrows, or by having arrows fire at 90 degrees to each other. It's a really interesting idea, although I'm not sure how I could get the player to decide on their shooting angles in terms of making more puzzles, so maybe that's one for the future. And you have to test it with mad numbers of arrows too, so just watch here as the frame rate dips when I put on 100 arrows. Anyway, it was time for the fireballs, and I did need to make a little edit because currently they attack the player, so a quick change in the code and with the layer as well meant that they were ready for the player to use. Then I finally got around to updating the actual graphic for the fireball too, and I think they look class, and I had to make sure that the enemies had them too, because they're the ones you'll meet first. Just so you know, the game is available in the Steam store to wishlist now, and I will leave a link in the description too. I've got to say a massive thanks to anybody who has wishlisted it already. It's really exciting when you log in and you find that more people are interested in playing the game, and it means a ton. Also, there is a summer festival meant to be coming on where I can get a demo out for people to play, It's in mid-April and obviously a lot of things are going on, but if I can get 100 likes I will make it a priority to get it out. Alright, so the other thing I've managed to finish off is the economy system in the game. So I've made it quite flexible that any NPC can be a shopkeeper and sell you anything, which is kind of cool because it means that you can find random people in random places and they'll sell you something good. Kind of means you've got to talk to everybody and see if they've got something of benefit to you. Not just like quest givers and that kind of thing, but also, you know, it's good to know that there's some sort of economy and you can actually spend some money. So the way it works is it inherits from the basic NPC script and then it adds a little bit to it, makes some references to the UI, a string for greeting the player, and then we have the different items that you can sell. So like I say, it's quite flexible because you don't have to have a shopkeeper selling health items. You could just sell weapons or just specialist items, and they all work on scriptable objects. So I'll just literally show you. So there's no health items here, but if I select some of the health items you can buy and drop them in, you can then use them and then they're there to be bought. So it makes it really easy and anyone can be anything. And I've got this guy here who's selling everything at the minute because he's my little tester guy. So he's selling health, like I said, and weapons and specialist items. So weapons, I wanted it so that you could buy anything in the game, not just health but and like ammunition, but actually some of the items you can't get them in dungeons, you get them from shops. So you need to find people who sell you things, or they'll tell you where you can go and buy it, and a reason to collect money. So we have in this example the heart pieces for increasing health, the wooden blocks which are one of the collectible items, and you can buy quiver upgrades and bomb bag upgrades and even weapons themselves, so the actual lantern or the sword itself or the shield. I want to have shops near dungeons, so if you lose some health and you lose some ammo and you're low on supplies, and you come out, there'll be a shop nearby, you have to find it, they might need a shortcut or something like that, but then you can top up on what you need and get back into the action. I'll show you how it works as well actually. I was quite pleased with it. It's quite complicated in the end, although I try to keep it as simple as possible. So all the shop items are based on lists which use the scriptable object. So if you look here, this is just the NPC. He's quite simple. He's got the inheritance there of the NPC, the static NPC, and then he's got the new Unity input system going for him. So I've gone for the callback system, and then he's just got a trigger. So as soon as you click on him, he then populates the list using the population script, which I'll just show you quickly. Is here. So this just reads what items you put into the list that I showed you just before, and then it creates that in the shop window. I'll show you how that works actually. So if I go to the dude and I press enter, you can see I've got a little bit of health damage there, and I buy one of these items. We'll buy some beer, have a little drink, and you can see that it takes the health back. And if you buy unique items as well, he'll even present them to you. So I buy the heart piece and then boom. There we go. So like I say, you get your scriptable object and then you drop it in, it populates the list for you. I'll show you the script there, and it checks as well, and I quite like the list because it just means that if there's nothing in the list, nothing gets populated, which makes it dead easy to create different characters with different things they sell. And then it's just all handled through the dialogue window manager, which is the bit that just gives you the feedback on what you're buying. So if I go into the shop again and I show you the guide, this here at the bottom here is the dialogue manager. So whenever you click on something, it tells you what it is, gives you a little picture, you can buy it, and then the buy button is what changes what actually happens in the end. So if we look at the script, you've got the purchase item, which is the click link. When you click on it, that's what you select, and it goes through the different cases of what you're going to buy. If it's a health item or if it's a weapon item, takes off the money, gives you the item, saves it in the script as well. But I'm really pleased with it because, like I say, it's really flexible, so any of these characters that I can have sell something. So that's more or less all the major changes and developments to the Legends of Tynedale. I hope you're as excited as I am to play the game. If you are, make sure you head over to the Steam page and wishlist it. If you want to further support me, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to me and means you won't miss out on the next update. Thanks for watching and see you next time.